All right, good evening, everybody. For anyone that stops in, thank you for stopping in. For people that catch us on the YouTube replay, thank you for catching on the YouTube replay. As per the last time, I am Chad, and this is Ron joining me. Hopefully you can hear him better tonight.
Hi. So, yeah. Some fun microphone issues last time, but
Yeah,
hopefully...
definitely some interesting crap going on.
Yeah. Some fun microphone issues last time, but
Yeah,
hopefully...
definitely some interesting crap going on.
Yeah. Some fun microphone... Still with me there, dude?
Yeah, I was just doing a quick sound check, and hopefully did not put everything into an endless fucking loop.
We'll just blame Jimi Hendrix if that's the case.
Which I did do last night on accident. I'm going to kill the desktop audio for just a second.
One of my least favorite things going on here on the Starbase tonight. People trying to occupy the same space as me, and when I move away from them, they continue to do so. That they must pay.
Okay, here we go. Good. Well, not good that you have to kill somebody, but good that I have managed to not put the sound into an endless loop, as far as I know. Yeah, I was running a test last night. I managed to put the sound into an endless loop. There was one other guy just watching me do the test, and he was laughing his ass off at me. Can't blame him. It was kind of funny. Alright, so what do we got here? Welcome back, Morning Sun. Warp to Q. No, fuck you. Okay. You are all the way back at Earth, huh? Alright, so what do we got
Yep.
here? Welcome back, Morning Sun.
Uh-oh. I hear you looping back.
That was actually on my phone, and it was on purpose.
Ah. You're trying to befuddle me, aren't you?
Yes, of course.
I always do my most damage on befuddled.
Holy shit, there's a Carlos online.
Ooh. Carlos, the man who steadfastly refuses to use any type of VoIP software whatsoever and uses random excuses such as my wife is in the room. One of these days we'll actually hear his voice.
Yeah, tell the truth. Carlos avoids the VoIP because he's got like this squeaky voice, right?
Yeah, actually, kinda.
Really? Oh shit.
I know him in person from the New York Renaissance Festival. And no lie, he's a really good guy, but yeah, he has one of those voices where it's just like, okay.
Wow. Okay, I was kidding there.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a bad voice. It's just that, he doesn't exactly have a voice for radio either.
Gotcha.
I can't, there's nothing insulting, but there's nothing that stands out, I guess. I don't know.
It's nice to see his computer's working.
Yep.
Oh, now we're all going to have the great fun of the fact that I can never get comfortable for the first half an hour.
Well, one good fart and you'll be fine.
That was pretty much all last week.
Well, don't forget, I'm kind of the expert on that sort of self-expression.
I have not done the task force with this character yet.
We should fix that.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Defense of Starbase 1 Task Force Operation.
Give Carlos a moment. So I was looking at some of the sci-fi news today. Some interesting stuff going on.
Do tell.
Let me pull that back up. The first thing, there is a rumor that BioWare has tried to reboot several times the Knights of the Old Republic series and do a Coder 3.
Oh.
And EA won't let them. Um, the general thought is because Coder was a single player game, and EA wants to do multiplayer. Online multiplayer, of course, duh.
Naturally.
That I think it would undermine Star Wars: The Old Republic. Because really, Star Wars: The Old Republic, the entire second section of the season, of that first one season, was how Coder 3, the answers from Coder 2. What the fuck happened to Revan? Unfortunately, it was kind of dull. Which that sadly tended to be the big the big thing for Tour. It was kind of dull. In another Star Wars news, there is speculation that there will be no further reveals around Rey. However, it will be Finn whose parentage will be explained in Episode 9.
Okay. Talk about finding something that's not all that big a deal.
Yeah, it's the obvious choice is going to be Lando.
That's fine.
Let's see, what else we got going on? Next season of Doctor Who's in production.
Yep, that just was announced today, which is very, very good. Oh, they made a nice little change here on the reputation system.
Mm-hmm.
They now have a fill all button, so instead of having to go through 3 or 4 categories and load them up, you hit the fill all. It gives you one warning window, and kaboom, you're on your way.
Kind of makes me almost wish I gave a rat's ass about the reputation system still.
I use it just for to build up so that way I can get the various sets if I want them or whatever.
Okay, I've got no fucking dilithium.
Welcome to my world. You and I have had this discussion multiple times that dilithium farmers always blow my mind that how these people manage to show up and have mountains and mountains of this stuff just flying around. Me, if I manage to hit the 8,000 limit mark, I'm kind of in shock that day.
I get it. There are days I do well with it. There are days I do not. What the fuck is defensive starbase for? 1.
By the way, I need a mountain of Dyson sphere marks.
Best way to get Dyson Sphere marks is to actually go do the Dyson Sphere Warzone.
I'm always up for that. That's fun.
It's ground combat and all, but you get marks out the wazoo.
Which I need a lot of.
Right. Would like to get at least some look at the new content. Yeah, considering, it's launch for today. Happy 9th birthday to Star Trek Online.
That's right. 9 years. Where did the time go?
Ugh. Although I'm thinking we've been at it for almost 10.
Yep, we were part of the beta.
And the Klingons are...
Alright, let's get that Aquarius out. That's a whole lot of Jem'Hadar we're in here with.
They'll be dead soon. Wait, they're on our side. Never mind.
Here they come.
This is going to be stauncher. Oh wait, look at this. These Klingon birds of prey that normally, they don't last the first 30 seconds. They're at the same level as us now. They're actually holding up.
Oh, they fixed that, did they?
Yeah. Last time you and I did this, we were already done with all the Klingons already.
Something happened to my universal station. Instead of my torpedo spread, I've got an engineer in it.
Ooh. Sounds like somebody didn't schedule the chef that you didn't authorize. Alright, personal endeavors. Let's complete the binary circuit TFO. What the hell are they talking about? Deal kinetic damage space, already loaded that up. Wing GPL playing Dabo and shield healing ground. Man, they really spread it around out there.
I've got nothing but a bunch of TFOs.
TFO stands for what?
Task Force Operation.
Oh, the joy. This game gets special dispensation because it's Star Trek, therefore one of the top 3 favorite sci-fis. Behind Doctor Who and ahead of Star Wars. Yeah, a lot of the content of this might just become sort of bland.
It's very, it's a grind.
And some of the grindiness used to be very enjoyable. First started the game out, and they had all unexplored zones where you just tool around until you get random missions. And the missions just fell into, one of 6 or so different types.
I miss those.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it was repetitive, it was grindy, but it was enjoyable. And each of them was based off of one of the original, core Star Trek plot device items. So you couldn't complain too much. I'd love to bring it back in some way, shape, or form.
Why is that Craig dude flying around with a shit ton of ship failures?
Because he's an idiot? No, wait, it was because he's a moron. His parents were siblings? I don't know. What's the answer?
I wish I had one.
More attractive to the Klingons, that way these guys are trying to escape can escape.
Give them cover.
9 years later, one of my favorite tactics is to still use plasma.
Oh yeah. Stop them right in their tracks. This one's when you combine plasma, gravity well, and damage over time type effects like plasma torpedoes.
Oh, you had mentioned, you said something with the franchises. Another bit of news, and I forget what the website was. One of the major review sites did a top 11 sci-fi action games. And our own Star Trek Online here hit number 1.
Nice. As vaguely bland as we've become about some of it, because we've been doing it pretty much every week, practically for so long. But yeah, this game does a lot of things right.
It's a gorgeous game, graphically and sound-wise.
Yeah, and they really did do justice to a lot of the original aspects of the content. And they keep reinvesting. The TOS and TOS movie enterprise digital model, they've done 3 or 4 different upgrades to over the years. And most recently, rivals some of the CGI that we've seen in the movies, and if you have your graphics set as far up as you can go.
I don't know who's dropping those gravity wells, but they're doing a good job on them.
They may. Oh no, wait, we've got a little bit of distance between us. We're working on different guys. But yeah, I'm firing gravity wells like that. Because I can. Wow.
Well, as you know from game launch, my favorites have been cruisers.
Oh, of course. You get the right guy, the right build in a cruiser in Borderlands Destructive. Basically, you shoot for ship healing, shield healing, mobility. Pretty much you're rock solid.
Oh! That's what happens when you look away for a second.
Did you look at the bright shiny object?
I looked at my drink.
Is your drink in the bright shiny object?
Not really.
So you have no excuses with it, Tom?
No, not really.
Okay. Just making sure. Torpedoes spray through power metal the winds. Operation complete.
Battle for now. I don't know how much longer we can keep up with this kind of war.
Hey, looks like you get most of your source, most of your choice. You have Dyson. You can get Dyson marks from here.
Sweet. Dyson, 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 Dyson. There we are, Dyson. Taking reward. Excellent.
Excellent work. Hopefully, you have a better understanding of the kinds of pressures that the Federation faced in its formative...
Yeah.
Alright, now that over here.
One of the things the game does amazing job with is the voice acting.
Yeah. They write for the actors as well as the characters, which works out nicely.
Yeah.
I am the leader of a Vulcan research team studying the unique...
He's a leader of a Vulcan
research
team.
Starfleet has informed me that an ion storm is active in the
Did you
Pavo
just
system.
blend two completely different paragraphs in the form of a
the
beginning
storm
and end of a
is
sentence?
blocking
Yes.
communications. However,
Okay.
storms of that magnitude can
Glad I caught that.
some of a deleterious nature. As a precaution, the Alliance has asked me to accompany your vessel to the Pavo system. We are to determine the status of the research team and offer assistance if necessary. I am prepared to leave at your earliest convenience.
I gotta dump some inventory here real fast.
I made some point tonight to grab Lucari Mars.
When the game first launched, it didn't have any voice whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then after a little bit, we heard Nimoy doing the sector updates, and I think he did the voice in that the one mission where you had to jump back to the past, and I really missed that mission. That mission's offline at the moment.
I wonder what they're doing. Hopefully they're doing something good with it.
Yeah.
Because that really was a very enjoyable mission.
Did I not actually pick up the mission it was offering me? I did not.
I am the leader of a Vulcan.
Alright. I have picked up Parapacum,
Gesundheit.
which is among the new Discovery missions.
Alright.
Where is Pavo? I'm guessing it is not in the Alpha Quadrant, which is where I am. My dog is insane.
Notice that. I've not picked up the mission yet. I'm actually still doing like background catch up, like Reputation and Admiralty. I should be ready to pick up the Pavo mission and transorb to it shortly.
No worries. I should probably check my duty officers who aren't doing anything. Yeah, last time I played this character. So this is part of a mission arc labeled as, I think, Mirror of Discovery, or Discovery's Mirror. Mirror of Discovery. So it kind of telegraphs what it's going to be about.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it involves your favorite character, just her mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, over the years, with a couple exceptions, I've found the Mirror episodes to be lazy writing.
We'll just replace intriguing scripts with black leather.
Yeah, exactly. I think the best Mirror Universe episode was from Enterprise.
Yeah, the two-parter where they introduced the Defiant. That was brilliant.
Yep, I think
especially some of the big twists. Has it been long enough that we can actually talk about it, or do we have to worry about people complaining about spoilers?
Fuck spoilers.
Yeah, that last couple of seconds where the Empress finally shows herself, that was impressive.
Yeah, that whole plan, and having the Makos prepared to act. Yeah, that was easily the most well thought out Mirror Universe episode.
Yep. Mind you, Scott Bakula playing Adam West playing Captain Kirk was a bit much. I mean, there are times where I've actually really enjoyed Scott Bakula, and his captain character I actually found quite pleasurable in quite a few episodes. But his mirror version. Come on.
Yeah. Now I know. I know you've got issues with Bakula. I've always enjoyed him.
Well. I will admit to having watched the entirety of Quantum Leap. But I only watched it once.
I think Enterprise gets a pretty bad rap.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot better on the second watching.
Yeah. Add to that, a lot of the Star Trek stuff does get treated that way. I mean, Voyager before 7 of 9 showed up, everybody was like, "Oh, great! It's a rip off of this, that, and the other with the Star Trek theme thrown on top." No, it was actually a pretty brilliant set of concepts. Now, had they been used before? Oh yeah,
Sure.
See, also Lost in Space.
Lost in Space, Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
That last season of Buck Rogers.
Well, that last season of Buck Rogers, there's a funny story behind that. Almost everybody tried to quit when they found out about all the changes. However, their contracts were written in such a way that quitting would have cost them the ability to do any work for any company associated with any of that. So they would have pretty much destroyed their careers almost entirely, so they had to stick with it. But the rewrites were supposedly because the first season was too much like Battlestar Galactica. But the guy behind it was the guy that created Battlestar Galactica. So
yes,
when
it was,
this crack team of individuals that were brought in by the production company showed up
on crack.
with all the rewrites, and suddenly it was friggin' identical to Battlestar Galactica. And when it was pointed out, they were told, "Shut up, here's your script, act."
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a reason why they were kind of phoning it in, because that whole season was shot under protest for the most part. And then afterwards, everybody was like, "Well, we're up for contract renewal, bye." Even Jonathan Frakes would have walked away from that.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you are. But yeah, now I could take or leave most of Voyager. Some of the episodes were absolutely cringeworthy.
Many of the Treks that weren't Spock's.
Exactly, exactly.
First season of Next Gen.
Honestly, the first season of Deep Space Nine wasn't that hot either.
Yeah. They every Trek series can be said to be trying to find their feet. Enterprise actually did a good job of nailing the field right out of the gate.
I think so. I think the first season was good.
Yeah.
The Xindi shit got a little dull.
Yeah.
And that's what lost me originally.
Unpopular opinion, T'Pol never caught my interest at all.
I was lukewarm about T'Pol.
Yeah, I mean, she was... She should have been a character that, took the whole trap between two worlds element of Spock and driven it further up, because gender issues were being very strongly addressed at the time, and so on and so forth. But she ended up, I hate to say it, because I try and give things a fair shake as best as possible, but she was window dressing. They relied on the fact that she was a bikini model and a mo-wig. And even kind of a grouchy looking, if you don't mind my saying so.
That's for sure. I'm going to change the setting here, because I just have a horrible feeling there's a bunch of backfeed on my mic.
Got to clean up after using for that stuff.
I apologize to anyone listening if there's a shit ton of backfeed off my mic.
I don't.
mic. Enable push to talk.
Shut up!
Okay, so let's see.
All right.
R&D, Admiralty, duty officers, reputation, all done.
Now, actually, wow, that's not good.
We'll put you there!
Yes, you heard that right. I gotta live with this.
Let's get your body across the carpet! Let's get your body across the carpet!
That would be relatives of mine, wouldn't it?
Okay. It's not going to let me not have the microphone active.
Hang on a minute, I'm gonna mute.
Okay, well, he's muting. I'm going to make sure you guys aren't getting a backfeed on my audio.
I'm a button.
Don't make me mute you, boy.
Unfortunately, he needs my headset. So.
Hey, I'm going to mute my microphone in a second. All I need you to do is talk for a moment.
Well, I'm kind of wrestling with my son here. Dude, good. It's bedtime. Gotta go upstairs. Okay. Go. Get done. This is when Daddy relaxes. It's game night. Get the hands. Parenting is worth it. 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 Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like there's actually not any backfeed.
That's good. That's very, very good. Now we just need to convince my son that it's past his bedtime and he needs to go upstairs. But unfortunately, you expose him to an open mic and suddenly he's in trouble. I get the feeling this kid's stand-up comedy routine that he's going to start developing in another year or two is going to be fantastic. Good night, kid. Stuff to do that's part of the broadcast. I get the feeling this kid's stand-up comedy routine that he's going to start developing in another year or two is going to be fantastic. Good night, kid.
Yeah, sounds good. I should put him on with one of the girls and let them tell how I used to deal with that, which is nowhere near as well as you are. I was a grumpy old bastard. Was.
Now you're a grumpier, older bastard.
Yeah, it can definitely hear him.
Okay, there we go. Episodes, Mirror Disco, Contact Somat. Okay.
It's me. Okay, Discord. Let's turn you down just a little bit to be safe.
Okay, so how do I find this Somat? I'm not finding it.
Go into your journal and go into episodes and go down to that mission and hit Hail.
Mirror of Discovery, huh?
Mirror of Discovery, Parapacem, and hit Hail.
There's no Hail. It's grayed out. It says Contact Somat.
Then you've got something you haven't completed yet. So let's see if
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, you don't need
Stolen a Dyson sphere has tower control pending, but other than that, I'm not seeing anything else. Looks like.
Hit skip.
Oh, I never did Age of Discovery on this guy.
Ah, that'll do it.
Secrets, Downfall, and Task Force Operations Age of Discovery. I haven't done those. You want to run through those? Because I don't think they're going to be too quick, too time consuming. Then we'll do mirror.
Yeah, we can do that.
Alrighty.
Let me repick one of those back up.
Yeah,
Secrets.
Start with secrets. I'm transwarping
The
to the start
arrival of
point for that
House-
one now.
Primary.
I'm surprised. Normally, with this primary character of mine, I'm a completist and trying to have everything done. But
Yeah, same here.
But you know, sometimes apparently things slip. Okay. Ah, you're closing at transwarp speed too, apparently. Yay!
Hey, you
I
know,
just had a look
and,
at my support cruiser here, and I've just cleared Mastery Day 4. Once I clear 5, I can get out of the ship and do others.
autopilot's having some funky issues. I overshot you by about 20 light years.
Yeah, that's actually been a problem for quite a while now. Where if you transwarp, it shuts off the autopilot.
I'm trying to remember which mission this is.
I would tell you, but it's secret. Ready to go in?
Not quite.
Okay.
Back door. Yeah, now I'm good.
Okay. Entering in 3, 2, 1.
I re-chose the correct bridge officer for my universal slot.
Yeah. I could have sworn I've done this. This looks familiar. Actually, I probably did this on my Discovery.
Yeah. You know, recently... Yeah, I don't feel like listening to you. I've done this mission. Recently, both Gil Gerard and Aaron Gray have become involved in Star Trek projects.
Nice. Sensor pod beta is online again.
Gerard was part...
Pod alpha is back online. Starfleet Command, this is Delta Volata Station. We're under attack.
Gerard was part of Star Trek Phase 2 web show, and Aaron Gray was in Star Trek Continues.
Yeah, I'm enjoying seeing sci-fi alumnus from one or more series continuing to be part of these various things. When I catch someone from Doctor Who showing up somewhere else, etc., or most recent Star Wars movie, member of the cast of the Young Ones.
Yeah. Well, even Sylvester McCoy's been on Star Trek Continues.
Really?
Yeah.
Loved him as Radagast.
Not Sylvester McCoy.
Played me yet.
Not Colin Baker, not Sylvester McCoy.
Okay.
You know, the old dude that flirted with my wife.
Unfortunately, Colin Baker and I have sort of a very strange relationship when we run into each other. I always catch him in a bad mood, and the rare times where I don't, I usually say the wrong thing.
His closing serial to this day is one of my favorite Doctor Who serials.
Trial of a Time Lord?
Yep.
I was looking at the DVDs of that just recently, thinking, you know, I really should rededicate 4 or so hours of my life to watch this. Actually, there's something I want to mention to you. Do you also have, familiarity breeding contempt, and that you have watched some of these things so many times over? Looking at the disc, the entire thing plays back in your mind, line for line, scene for scene, to the point that you really don't even take the disc out of the box.
Not really.
Alright, just me then. Because, well, with Tom Baker's 85th birthday happening just recently,
This is Kensington.
I was going to watch City of Death, or Robots of Death, or Comfort Couch of Death, or one of the other of Deaths. And, I put on City of Death, because my kid hadn't seen it yet. I figured I'd show him what hooked me on the show in the first place. And I watched the first episode and realized I wasn't exactly watching the first episode. Because I was so familiar with it that I look at the screen and then my mind would wander, and I wasn't really paying attention because I knew everything that was going on down to the dialogue.
This is the Glen. Heard you could use some help.
The target has arrived.
Yeah, it's not that you're
Fire to disable it.
tired of it, it's just... Yeah, you know it. I get it.
Shield block. Using main power. Use an assist here.
Man, they really did an update on these keyboards. Grinding through them in earlier versions of this is pretty, these guys are taking a little bit of work.
Of course, I did give up half my haul by launching the Chevron. Proves my maneuverability, but
There'll be time for formalities.
yeah, I don't think we need that many science officers.
Well, let's see. I need a good tactical here. Yeah. That'll work. And with his main character in mind, I purchased so many extra BOF slots that
Thanks for coming. The captain still has control of the ship. Waiting for
picking different landing party characters takes a while sometimes.
Not sure which gun I'm using here. Oh, the Borg arm. The tactical Borg arm with its essentially mortar launcher. I've always kept that telekinetic power on this character.
Well, ever since you shoved somebody into lava, that kind of made it special.
Oh, look, a Cardassian gull's in my face. Now he's burning to death. Remember when we used to do the one Borg STF? I always used it to shove the Borg into the plasma fields.
Oh yeah, that was priceless.
Between that and your force field dome shoving them in, if we didn't want Borg near us, the Borg weren't near us.
They have free time.
Ah, yes. Discovery Klingons. What happens when a Tolkien orc fucks a slee stack?
Yep.
With
made it.
great respect to Diane's sister. Miss, cousin, rather. Not my Diane, the other Diane. Alright, where's Strahl to check in with Strahl?
Right here.
Oh, wait here.
I'll do the heavy lifting. What I need you to do is to bring engineering control to a bridge console.
I'll let you do that, engineer.
Engineering control is transferred. Go to the next console to divert the power flow. Power flow is diverted. Input the new power-up sequence next. Nice work. Main power is back. Nice work. We're not out of the...
Time to head down to engineering.
Let's see, my dogs were freaking out a moment ago, which means either my oldest is home, or they're trying to scare the shit out of me because they know I'm at the back of the house. They enjoy doing both.
They're jerks like that.
Yeah. Oh, usually, especially Layla, will wait until I'm watching a horror movie. Alone, at night, back here, and then she'll start barking at everything that happens in the neighborhood. Like, she's getting reports in from other dogs. And more than a few times, it has scared the shit out of me.
You remember The Ring, right?
Uh-huh. Also known as the movie. Had I paid money for, I would have been very bitter.
You?
There were two of them that I would have been very bitter if I paid money for. The Ring and the Blair Witch Project.
I mean, the house line rings. My wife, being ever resourceful and quite capable, immediately picks up the phone, throws it at me, and says, "It's for you."
Not.
You're breaking up something fierce.
Sorry. My wife, being the fast thinker that she is, picks up the phone, throws it at me, tells me it's for me. You remember that redhead that is the reason why you don't like Tilly?
Yeah.
Her voice comes from the other end of the line. "Oh, hi, Ron. How are you?" To which I very calmly said to her, 7 days.
Oh, wow.
No idea what he's talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, can you think of a more appropriate person to call at that moment?
That's funny.
Damn, she's good. Locked me completely out of this.
Yeah, we watched We watched the Blair Witch Project many, many years ago. I think Sil might even actually have been there.
Shields online. They can't beam out now.
Ross insisted on watching it. Ross paid for it. It's a damn good thing he did, because if I'd have paid for it, I would have been very angry. That was, without a doubt, the least scary movie I've ever watched.
Or going to see Cloverfield in theaters and getting motion sick during the film, which is insane rarity. I almost never get it.
A lot of people had trouble with that film. Hey, look, it's the copyright infringement.
Woohoo! What's the story behind the copyright infringement? I have no idea what that's about.
So there was a gentleman overseas, I'm not sure what country, who crowdsourced and created a game, and it's actually out there. You can get it on Steam. About a crew in a spaceship. One of them purposely infecting themselves with tardigrade DNA, and the tardigrade had some kind of spore effect that enabled them to jump wherever they wanted to go in the universe instantly.
Okay, so basically the entire plot of Discovery.
Yep. And he is suing.
Cool. Yeah, I would love to actually try and give the second season of Discovery a shot.
In fact,
the whole paywall thing just has me still pissed off.
I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to, because it's Discovery. And beyond the actual impressive visuals here, I'm good with not knowing a damn thing about Discovery. But what another part of the supposed alleged copyright infringement, I think the guy was Egyptian, and the game is loaded in Egyptian motifs.
Huh.
Much like the Disco Klingons are loaded with Egyptian motifs.
Alrighty then.
And then there's also a character that was accused, like the first officer was accused of mutiny or treason or something, which I understand is
highly familiar.
Yep. So it's pretty much a whole lot of suspicious.
Yeah.
Did I lose you? No, I didn't. You're right there.
We're just on either side of a doorway, so.
You're borrowing my Jem'Hadar.
Meanwhile, my Acacian runs interference.
There's a cat joke there.
Meow.
Yeah, I don't care what I look like on my camera at the moment. My back itches. I would say my nifty new camera is working very well.
Transport the specimen to containment.
Wow, my character looks... that's definitely the look of what the F was that.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, retribling.
We're almost to the shuttle bay. Keep moving.
There's Klingons off the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. That's right, all you idiots stay in one spot. Thank you.
I'm not using a hand phaser. I don't think I've used a hand phaser in this character in 5 years.
I have some sort of weird generic looking weapon.
I do have this Tetrion discharge prism. I got that off in the cool. But I do prefer my mobile Borg howitzer.
And that's what my Cation's using, right?
Yeah, she keeps running away from me. She must know what I think of Cations. Oh, nice.
Right. Yeah. The lightsaber
Well, that's a short
bat
range
lift.
trap.
I souped it up as far up as it can go. It actually does insane amounts of damage, and it ignores shields almost completely.
Heads up. Klingon reinforcements are warping in. Protect yourself and the state to play the "that's classified" card here. But you know the drill.
Yeah, I guarantee you have a higher clearance than you do, lady.
Let's gather all up in one spot. Everybody has the joy of being torpedoed. That.
Oh! Ah, he cloaked. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
What happened?
I, hit him with the destabilization beam, which should have one-shotted him, but he cloaked right as it started the fire, so it failed. I'll try a different ship for the next mission.
Oh, they're Bob trapped inside the space station. Said it a bunch of times tonight. Still thinking it. They made these Klingons a lot more adorable than they used to be.
Yeah.
Used to be tinfoil-esque.
Suddenly the 23rd century Klingons have become like 25th century Klingons. I know this is technically a simulation for us, so I'm okay with it here.
Playing their booster down match started correct.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this is, as far as I'm concerned, the difficulty increase here is Reg Barkley going, how about I tweak this?
Get ready to
Fucking Reg.
Yeah, about that.
Didn't help that guy any, did it?
Time for this guy to face a crushing defeat and a gravity. Behold the beatings and discipline which you deserve. And my mind just suddenly traipsed to Star Trek Online, where I had it in my head that, scan the ship and then override the engines. That way they can't get out of the gravity well. And now we're on the game.
Well, if you got a science ship, you can do the subsystem targeting.
That's true. This guy does have science ships as well as every other kind of ship, practically.
There's something satisfying about hearing that thud 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 as you launch 3 torpedoes.
Oh, yeah. And then
Stroll's plan worked. There's still hope.
But yeah, I mean, between our two ships, especially considering I'm in a flagship, we should be tearing Birds of Prey apart.
Oh, easily. Okay, that secret's out of the way.
Alright. Very good, very good.
Next is Downfall, right?
I believe so.
Check. Sods. Age of Disco, yep. Downfall is next, and then Task Force is after that, so getting Downfall. Go to Starbase 1, assist with the defenses. Didn't we just do that?
Uh-huh.
So it's the same thing over again.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Well, I'm ready to begin Downfall if you are.
Let me just, let me do that ship switch I was talking about.
Okie dokie.
Temporal Dreadnought, no. Do I really not have? Wow, I don't. I thought I had my tier 6 escort carrier on this character. Okay, well, in that case, I didn't have my tier 6 Defiant.
Oh, that'll rip through some stuff.
Well, in that case, haven't used this ship in a while. It's the ship that won the Iconian War. And I know it's one of your personal favorite styles.
Oh.
Alright, let's begin Downfall.
Okay, according to this, you're still 3.6.
I could begin it from where I was.
Ah, well, I'm hopping in.
Glad you could make it.
Yes, the Excelsior, one of my favorites. The warp-powered bathtub.
And it is the tier 6 warp-powered bathtub.
I got one of them myself. No, it's just a whole lot of familiar.
The Excelsior was the first ship I bought for myself out of the C-store.
I'm trying to remember, too.
Okay, what now? I don't hear you at all.
Sorry, originally you could only purchase a tier 3, and then they made a 5 and eventually 6.
Yeah. Something like that.
That area's secure. One more. All right, that area's secure. One more thing.
The Churchill has been evacuated. Thanks.
No, the Churchill's here. I'm flying the Churchill. That's kind of funny.
Trying to get there so I can rescue this. Okay, that's the Macedonia saved. Now, oh yeah, these guys are beating up from the side. Much pain is all for me. Sure. These torpedoes really don't do the damage that they used to.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Do you remember when I could hit for 100,000 damage with a critical tricobalt device?
Oh, that was just bliss.
Nice work. I hate to ask this. The Klingons have been...
We gotta scuttle them.
Yep. Time to blow shit up.
Scuttle, scuttle.
Go ahead. Quick and easy.
Hard thing to walk. We need some crit...
Still love my Aegis set.
Some good stuff. That's the old Aegis, the one that we used to be able to make a memory alpha, right?
Oh, yes.
Let you seize all the glory here.
And you. My chief engineer isn't too happy right now, but we made it in one
Seeing
piece.
him show up
Came as
was
soon as we
beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Under better circumstances. Ticonderoga's ready for battle.
Well, you remember the uncharacteristic cheer I gave out when he showed up.
Oh yeah.
As I said earlier, I love the voice acting that they're getting, voice actors they're getting for this. It is. I mean, they're getting the cast.
Remember the lessons we learned in
Oh yeah.
We know you're doing good work out there.
Remember the lesson.
We know...
The nice part is by getting Jeffrey Combs, they're not just getting a few of the cast, they are getting, what, like, how many characters did he play across Star Trek? 18?
Oh my god.
136?
He was definitely one of the busier actors.
Oh, yeah, he was everywhere. And it's not that he's, a chameleon like Gary Oldman or some of the others who are known for playing millions of characters in a catch. He has that voice, he has that acting style, but it's really good and solid. But you can tell it's him every damn time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Whether he plays Shran or what you Fred 146, doesn't matter.
Herbert West, Reanimator.
Oh yes. Love that film. Talk about high concept. We're gonna do an H.P. Lovecraft book and make it come.
Yeah.
And because it's the early 80s, I'm going to call gratuitous nudity. Speaking of watching things again, I am probably almost ready to finally, after more than a decade, watch The Crow again. That film ruins me every single damn time.
Which one?
The Crow, the original one.
Oh yeah.
Last film. And I have been a fan of who ran as well before Crow. He did this one very typical 80s action film called Rapid Fire, except he had a lot of creative control and input. So it had that touch that would have made his father proud, but also was uniquely his. So, Rapid Fire, enjoyable, go through pleasure kind of movie, but the fight scenes are just so damn solid. So when The Crow rolled up, I was like, oh, yeah, perfect casting. And what? Then I had to steel myself for the fact that I was going to go enjoy the last movie, my favorite animation. Not easy, but just the content, the storyline, the whole mystique around the film. I hate to say it, but his passing kind of soothed me. So is what it is. It's also, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best films Hollywood did for ages. But I just find it very rough to be able to watch just because of the loss of Brandon Lee and all the other things that went on with the film.
Yeah. And I know I'm committing a sin here, but Brandon Lee, The Crow would have succeeded with him no matter what.
Yeah.
Other Hollywood deaths, such as Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
I don't think The Dark Knight would have done well had he lived.
Really?
I did not. I thought The Dark Knight was mediocre at best.
Well, like almost all the Batman live media, it falls into the sin of the bad guys are a hell of a lot more interesting than the good guys.
Yeah.
You know, Batman in the comics is deep, fascinating, amazing. Anyway. But with the movies, they really haven't captured it properly, like, ever. I mean,
no.
It's really well done in the first Batman Begins. That was very well done.
Batman Begins was the best of that trilogy, in my opinion.
Inarguably so. Admittedly, I'm not as harsh on the third one as most people, because I thought Bane was actually an enjoyable character. And the inability to understand him once you get to the reasoning behind it actually helps things make sense. And I thought Catwoman, that one was really good. But then again, I'll watch Anne Hathaway take a nap and call it amazing.
I'm not going to argue that. I will argue Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy is the second most overrated actor.
No, to play Bane, it really wasn't so much the need for him. It was the need for how people were to react to him. So as long as he provided the physical presence. Because Bane's one of those characters that he's supposed to be intimidating, not so much by what he's doing, but what he's not doing. Because even though he's as massive as the Hulk, he's a brilliant tactician. So if he's standing there with his thumbs in his vest, staring at it, you know that you missed something.
Yeah, but unfortunately, and allow me to put this in Bane dialogue from The Dark Knight Rises.
Don't mumble through an anesthetic mask, Chad. Tell me what you really think.
It's just, it could have been better executed. It was a hell of a sight better executed than Batman and Robin was.
Nipples on bat armor.
Well, knowing that breastplate has nipples, that just makes me laugh more than anything else. God, I remember Tim's plate armor with the nipples, and we made fun of him. He got so mad at us.
Yeah.
He stopped bringing the armor.
Then eventually you stop bringing him.
Yeah, well, that that unfortunately had to happen.
Yep. Alright, time to go beat up on the
But, as far as I'm concerned, as for Batman portrayals, portrayals, the animated series is the single best.
Oh yeah, no arguments there.
And, what's his name? Wow. Blanked on his name. I follow him on Twitter.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy, as far as I'm concerned, is our generation's Batman.
Oh, no doubt there. No doubt there at all. Yeah, the fact that in real life he kind of looks like Howdy Doody just makes it even funnier.
Yeah. So, the last comic book con that was up here that I didn't go to, for whatever reason I didn't go to, the kid went.
You're grumpy that day. We forgive you.
There was something going on, and that might have been part of it. The kid went. This kid who's like, stunningly shy, comes home with shit from David Bradley, Kevin Conroy. What the fuck?
How'd we pull that off?
I think you have an idea who we're dealing with. Ja'ula was a
She didn't realize who she was talking to with David Bradley at first.
All right. Task Force Operations, Age of Discovery.
Alright. Do another quick ship switch because I can. And it's fun. But yeah, she found herself, Sky found herself very pleasantly surprised with the new Doctor Who season as well. She was looking forward to it either way. She was not a Capaldi fan, but I forgive her that.
I'm glad you pronounced it right. Capaldi. As in punch to the face.
So I can forgive her.
Well, we discussed this last time, and for those of us that couldn't hear what the hell I was talking about, the thing that almost everybody missed, because we live among people who think that instant gratification is right, they decided to do something different with Capaldi's character, and not only did they go back to the pilot of the original series in 1963, and Will Hartnell's original, is he a good guy or bad guy? He seems to be a bad guy portrayal, with a modern twist of adding, even for, being indelicate, looking into certain behaviors of where you have sort of alienation from the normal human behaviors, such as on-spectrum autism, etc. And they gave him such a heavy degree of separation where the character wasn't lacking in emotions or lacking in cognizance or anything else. The character was just
lacking, kind of,
from humanity, and dealing in shell shock. In that, in the end of his last incarnation,
I'm gonna get beat up a lot in this ship. This is a glass cannon ship.
Yep. The whole new having to kind of become same old same. So he slowly evolved back to that level of integration, compassion, and being more human than human. In other words, earning the fact that he felt so much too hard to do so. And over the course of his time in the role, he did. His last two seasons actually are so loaded with some best monologues ever by the main character. And kindness, compassion, and so forth were usually the elements that he was trying to teach. And what made those all the stronger wasn't just the act of delivering them, but the fact that the character had to relearn those lessons over the course of time and all right on screen. So he made for a competent character. He made for a better role. Most people, they want their instant gratification the first 30 seconds out of the game. And because this doctor had a slow evolving, people are like, no, it's wrong, I'm right. Because this is my show, I make it. No.
Right.
If you're a fan, you can discuss what goes on, and it's rare when you create an input from the fan side when they have too much input. But then again, the aforementioned much earlier Star Trek Discovery apparently has had a very complete change in what their intentions are for second season because of some rather unified fan groups. But I got this.
Good.
So yeah, Capaldi was perfect, and the fact that they cast someone who in real life apparently is a happy-go-lucky prankster, and someone who absolutely loves and enjoys life, playing this role of someone who is borderline spiteful at his best at times to start, and works his way back towards becoming probably one of the most compassionate, capable incarnations of the character.
I don't know how I didn't get blown up.
Some heavier ships incoming. Lasers and battle cruisers.
And I could go on, but I'd be getting repetitious. So
no, I completely agree. He suffered for some writing issues.
Oh yeah. No arguments there. We're sucking him into goodness gravity.
Hey, the guy with scatter volley and torpedo spread appreciates gravity well.
You mean like that? When
yeah.
Gravity well with torpedo spread 3, you get results.
Oh yeah. And scatter volley too.
Oh yeah, gotta have that as the backup. Oh, cool. I just caught one of the evacuation ships using repulsor moves.
One of the things with the transition between Matt to Peter that to this day disappoints me is the phone call.
Really?
Yeah. I thought to me that felt like they didn't have faith in Peter. That they needed Matt Smith to bolster him.
Really, because I had a different thinking. My thinking was they wanted to immediately create the comparison between the two just by setting up presence. I mean, Matt Smith just sitting there, smiling weakly, leaning against something, versus Capaldi standing there being all smoldering and intense and irritated. By having that phone, you had an immediate comparison on screen. You were able to work. And also, one of the other things that I addressed is the viciousness of modern fandom, where it was actually the writers saying, you have newborn, don't abuse it, which is what had been going on anyways. Matt Smith's first season, he was torn to shreds because he was a lieutenant.
He was he ever? Now, I liked Matt from the beginning. I thought he was good in the role. I thought he was a definite new take on it. At least new as far as New Who's concerned. Because, Chris was so intense. David could be intense. So the whole wonderment that was Matt was different.
Yeah.
It was funny. What's that?
Do you know who Matt Smith's agent is?
No clue.
Wendy Padbury.
That's a familiar name.
Yes, it is. Zoe Harriet from the Second Doctor's time.
That is why it's a familiar name.
Yeah. It gets weirder. She left acting behind, but couldn't quite leave acting behind, so her agent convinced her to become an agent. And she was quite good at it, but she was also tired by the time Matt Smith was coming of age. However, she would still get approached and get handed potential clients. And she specialized in making sure that certain talent was marketed or learned. So when the guy that got her to become an agent in the first place, who was still active, calls her up and says, I want you to go check out the midterms for these students at acting school. I can't think of it. And so she went, and this one young guy completely blew her out of the water. And it was Matt Smith. And the way this works over in the UK is the midterms just show off the talents. That way the agents can start prepping them when they graduate, but they don't get to do any professional work until they actually graduate. So she'd seen him. She was thinking about taking him on. She hears two other agents talking, and one she didn't like for reasons she didn't saying that I'm going to get Matt Smith. No, I'm going to get Matt Smith. No, I'm going to get Matt Smith. Almost to the point that no one else had auditioned, and that's all they're talking about. Now, Wendy's only 5'0", and despite the fact that she's grandmother age, she also still keeps herself in exceptional shape. She runs and so forth. Well, she basically decided that, while these two argued about getting Matt Smith, she was going to get Matt Smith. So she just literally walked right between the two of them and introduced herself, and Matt was delighted that someone even showed vague interest. So, she brought him on board, and Matt's mom was there, and so she spoke with Matt's mother as well, and his mother was delighted.
He was painfully young, wasn't he?
Yeah, like I said, this is acting midterms. He's early 20s. So he's not even out of school yet, and she lands him a job for a role where, he's the right age for the theater role, and he's also the right person for the role. So the teacher says yes, because this is a minor role and it's only a part-time thing that won't take away from his studies. This is something that will allow. That's fine. So he goes and does that. He gets rave reviews, and he goes back to school and everything. And then Wendy gets the phone call saying, "Do you know that David Tennant is leaving? Do you have anybody?" She's like, "Actually, yes, I do." And okay, I'm auto-navigating in the power of the system now.
All right, I'm trying to find a better ship to play.
Sure. So she says, "Yeah, absolutely. I've got this young guy who just finished up his first thing for me, got rave reviews, but he's just finishing up school, so we may have to have some, problem solving here." So she rings up Matt Smith, and she's like, "So I've got work for you." He's like, "Blimey, that was quick." And so she sets him up. He gets everything. He goes and he auditions to be the next Doctor and lands it, aces it. Goes back, and Wendy finds out very quickly that he landed it. She's like, "Great!" So she goes to put all the paperwork together and everything, And then she goes to the headmaster of his school and says, "Okay, congratulations, we've got to let him out early because he's about to go play Doctor Who." The headmaster sticks his foot in the ground and says, "No, I don't let them out for anything large until they've graduated. No exceptions. None. No, thank you. Go find somebody else." At which point, he's like, "But it's Doctor Who." "No, but I was on Doctor Who, so." So she goes home and decides that instead of, giving up, she's going to give this a good think and she's going to write a letter. So she writes a 2-page letter to the headmaster explaining why, this is the first time in the 7,000 years of their school it's time to break with tradition. Somehow it worked. The headmaster relented. That letter is framed behind glass and hanging on Matt Smith's mother's wall. How do I know all this? Because I was at Long Island Who a few months back, and I met Wendy Padbury again. I had known her from the Doctor Who Sci-Fi Sea cruise, and she told this story. It was just beautiful. All right, I'm in place for Parapacum. You're 70 light years away. So.
I am inbound.
Alrighty.
I was actually, when he took over, I was disappointed in Amy, probably for the first half of his first season. I didn't. They were very inconsistent in her writing.
Yeah.
In one moment she was completely unafraid to do whatever needed to be done. In another moment, but that's wrong. I can't do that. And that drove me up a wall. But she very quickly developed into one of my favorites. Same with Rory.
Sorry, you faded out there.
Same with Rory. I liked him. What's funny is I tend to like the companions that are one-off or oddballs the most.
No wonder why you and I have had such a long relationship.
Wilf.
Oh. Love him.
Rory's dad, Brian.
Yeah. The scene written but never filmed that involved Brian.
I've seen
that one?
I've seen the storyboard.
Mm-hmm. And the animated storyboard they did for that was beautiful.
That was fucking heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
And that's something Moffat did very well. He did Heartbreak very, very well.
No lies there.
He just, unfortunately for him, he tended to reuse a lot of stuff that he didn't need to. If I ever see the damn Angels again, it'll be too soon.
I'd like to see them used properly again. They were scary as hell the first time, and then it just kept diminishing.
The second and third time they were used, they were silly, and after that, it was, by the time we got to Angels Take Manhattan, it was, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? There is no fucking way in New York City, in Manhattan, the Statue of Liberty could have been an angel and gotten across town.
Mm-hmm.
In the city that is literally nicknamed the city that never sleeps. There is no fucking way it could have done that.
Yeah, I didn't jump, I laughed.
Alright, I'm ready to go in here.
In we go. Moving map. Time for the new stuff.
The storm is creating spatial disturbances throughout the system.
Oh god, that's Vic
If we
Mignogna.
analyze their patterns, we might be able to position the ship.
Oh, that's fucking awesome!
You're talking about Trek royalty. Here you go.
Oh my god, Vic is I know you haven't watched any of them yet, but you really got to watch the Star Trek Continues. His Kirk is almost better than Shatner's.
I legitimately wish I knew what was preventing
Initial
enjoying
scans are picking up clouds of ionized subspace radiation and chronometric particles. This is curious. Sensors.
He's also generally a remarkably prolific voice actor.
Huh.
As I suspected, the navigational buoy appears to be inactive, however.
His fiancée Michelle Specht plays
The
Loris.
navigational buoys here are configured to broadcast
She's
on all frequencies.
awesome.
Yeah, Loris's voice.
To arrive here,
I could listen to her
protected reserve. Navigation
especially the way she acts.
6 is nearby and should provide us with the means to reinforce hailing frequencies between the ship and the Pavo research station. However, I recommend caution in navigating further into the system. The ion storm is quite volatile.
I like the storm effect.
Yeah, sound effects behind there are pretty cool too.
You are entering the Pavo system. The planet Pavo is a protected reserve. Access is prohibited.
Neat.
I have detected something of interest. Sensors show the formation of a spatial anomaly.
I see it.
Oh, yeah.
Uncertain, it appears to be providing stability to the ion storm, similar to the eye of a hurricane. I'm also detecting bursts of comm signals.
I'll be right there. I'm actually going to listen to Vic.
Signals are currently guarded
already?
but they could be from the research station. I recommend conducting a deeper analysis.
Yeah, I shouldn't be jumping through these so quick. Normally I enjoy the voice acting, but just... Oh, wow. Dude, I know you were talking about the improved sound card and everything, but look at the shading on the way the storm is playing across the hulls of our ships. With the shifting light and everything. That's impressive.
Oh, wow. Oh, brother.
Ah, here we go. Time for the bad guy.
Plural.
Cool, no moral dilemma whatsoever. We can shoot everybody!
Why does that thing look like the Argo?
Hey.
Holy shit, that's a lot of orange.
Woo-hoo! And there was much violence. And it was good.
Oh, I didn't mean to launch that. I meant to launch my escort. Get that Chevron back in here. I want the whole points.
Recognition files identify the Klingon vessels as classes deployed during the Federation Klingon conflict in the 19th century. The Starfleet vessel is a crossfield class, also active during that time period. Scanning. Sensors show a spike in the chronometric particles immediately preceding the arrival of this vessel. Fascinating.
But there's also a quantum shift.
The Crossfield-class vessel is not transmitting a Starfleet recognition signal. Sensor analysis confirmed. It is the ISS Discovery. from the Terran Empire, the so-called Mirror Universe.
Done.
Your timely assistance is most appreciated. Speaking for myself and my loyal crew, thank you. I am Captain Sylvia Tilly, and I officially declare our intent to seek asylum.
Clearly, this is going to take a little getting used to. I'm not entirely sure how, but judging.
Look at her tapping her fingers.
That rather impressive ship of yours. We've taken a trip to the future. I'm sure the science behind all of this is fascinating, but we have some more immediate concerns to address. Namely, the Klingon boarding parties running wild on my ship. Excellent. I'll have Patel, my chief of security, meet your team at the transport coordinates with the security detail. I look forward to meeting you in person. Tilly out.
What could go wrong?
Alright, so we've got you and me. And, yeah, let's do that. No. Her. Yep. No. Whoops. What happened?
Not sure.
Oh, now it's more use.
I'll give you that one back. You named him Strax.
Of course.
That's fucking awesome.
My angry little. Which reminds me, I need to update his character bio to read, and now we shall melt him with acid. Strax. And now we shall not melt him with acid.
Proceed with caution. In the heat of battle, you could be seen as an enemy by anyone you encounter there.
Dun dun dun.
Welcome to the ISS Discovery. Yeah, no. I'm afraid Patel has been relieved of command. Just like you're going to be relieved of those fancy 25th century weapons.
Oh, come on. Is anyone really surprised?
Our captain is weak, and you? You're a fool. The Terran Empire tolerates neither. Some would call this a mutiny. But any captain willing to conspire with Federation trash is no captain at all.
You were saying?
Oh, we're transmitting now. Hello. Welcome aboard the Discovery.
Oh god, she's still in her head.
Things have become a bit more complicated. It seems that some of my crew have decided that now is the perfect time to express their concerns with my command decisions. Yes. As if the Klingon boarding parties weren't enough to deal with. Oh, hey, let's have a meeting.
Oh my god.
Wonderful. Did Chief Patel make it clear? She was supposed to escort you through the security fields to the bridge. I see. We'll do what we can from the bridge, but I'm afraid we're a bit locked down here at the moment. According to our internal sensors, Chief Patel is in that deck security station. It's not far from your current position. She's probably trying to lock down this ridiculous mutiny there. Find Patel. She should be able to override whatever the mutineers are doing to raise those fields. Take them down and make your way to the turbo lift. Oh, we're transmitting now.
Alrighty then.
Fine.
Over here.
Huh. Sounds like our guests got a warm welcome.
Look out! They're still alive!
is a lot more than I can say for them.
Kaboom.
Now that I have your attention, I have some questions. Tilly has plans, yes? She always has.
It's an agonizer booth.
And you're going to tell me what they are. Oh, you'll resist, of course. You're a Terran, after all. But let's be honest. You will tell me what I want to know.
Hi, are we interrupting?
Apparently, Tilly's new allies are still with us.
Again, not carrying a hand phaser.
Yep.
If you want something done right,
you die yourself.
Open fire.
Love to have control of my character again. Hey, look, there we are. Plasma grenade. Polaron bombardment.
Chaos blaze. With extra protection. Throw a droid into the next. Blast some moron that desperately deserves it.
Kill them now! Take them or I'll kill you!
So, this is a security station. It's all agony booths.
It's a lot of fucking agony booths.
Yeah!
Me. Controls. They're on the booth. Ah.
Thud. Sure, just stand up inside the agony. Go ahead.
We both hit the controls at the same time.
Oopsie.
Yeah. That's a known issue. Now we can't talk to her.
So we gotta start over, huh?
We have to beam out. We should be able to beam back into the ship part of it.
Alrighty. Beam out.
Well...
We hit beam out at the same time, too.
Balls.
Do, 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 do.
Alright, we should be able to continue Conflictus? What's with the bullshit Latin?
Oh. Let's see. What's he saying?
I want my chief engineer. Where's my chief engineer? Hey, there's my chief engineer.
Tactical guy. Let's put Fred into play, just because I haven't used him in a while.
So that should theoretically reset us back to the start of the...
Sensors
yeah.
Numerous life signs.
Alright, sorry to cut you off, Vic, but...
Welcome to the... Yeah, no.
Oh, we're I find
Okay, we
tell.
don't have to listen to her this time.
I find.
Makes me go through the conversation with her twice.
Now.
Huh. Sounds like our guests got a warm welcome.
Look out! They're still alive!
I've always loved plasma grenades.
Oh, yeah.
Except back when they would, you know, fuck the party up, too.
Yep.
We got very good at calling out grenade out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I dropped Richard.
I have some questions.
Yeah, but
he always wanted the close fight.
Weapons at highest setting.
Yes.
Open fire.
You have a combat Horta?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Had it for, like, ever. I think I first converted it over, like, years ago.
Now. Kill them or I'll kill you.
I will let you release Chief Patel.
Sure. There she is. Hey, notice how we killed them off that much faster.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
guessing you're the one the captain sent me to meet. I'm Patel, Chief of Security. Thanks for the assist. I make it a habit to be on the outside of an agonizer booth. But I've spent my fair share of time in one, too. I'll manage. What's the situation? Is the captain still in command? I'm not surprised. It'll take more than Klingons and mutinous riffraff to end Sylvia Tilly. I'm surprised she hasn't killed them all herself. In the meantime, I have orders to get you to the bridge, and I intend to obey them. Follow me. Not a problem. There's no code written I can't crack. I'll have those fields down in short order.
Is she from the
Cover
show?
me while I work. We might have some uninvited guests soon.
Not sure.
Go, go, go!
Let's put up some protection for me. That's this bozo out of existence.
Almost got it.
I'd have to say, with growly voice acting like that,
Probably not, no.
All right, I've got it. The security fields are using my authorization. Now,
you know, they've made a lot of recognizable phasers available in the Star Trek 1 and 2 phaser, Star Trek 5 phaser, etc. You know, TOS show.
Well, how do you
I
know?
wish they'd bring the Star Trek 3 phaser in, because that's always been my favorite.
let's get to the
Not
bridge.
seeing that sucks.
Turbo lift is that way.
I mean, do you know how many years I used the Phaser 1 on this character?
Oh, yeah. And with the ability to soup up the P1s, it's just mind-blowing how much damage these things can do. And we have friends.
Give me a second.
Well, that was overkill.
Yeah, but we're gonna... Alright, so where the hell are we going?
As soon as she gets the force field down, we're heading to the turbo lift to the east.
Right.
What the fuck is she doing?
Standing there. Ah, there. Apparently one of our bridge crew members are watching.
Some good news for a change, though I'm not terribly surprised. Woman's harder to kill than a honey badger. Ready for the bad news? I'm afraid the Klingons have taken several lower decks and are moving
Honey
in
badger
this
don't
direction.
give a shit.
Keep your weapons hot. They're killing everyone they run into, and I don't think they'll make an exception for you. Stick with Patel and get up here as soon as you're able.
Boy, isn't she going to be surprised when she meets my chief engineer.
Oh?
Yeah. It's the Klingon with us.
Ah. Fun, fun, fun. I do love a nice no concern scenario where everybody that shows up is a target without having to be concerned.
Hold your position. There's been an incident. The Klingon kind. Specifically, they've taken control of main engineering, killed my chief engineer and his security team in the process. They're threatening to breach the core if I don't surrender. That is not gonna happen. Evacuate sounds a lot like retreat to me, and that is not gonna happen either. This is my ship, and I will not abandon her. Take Patel, get down to engineering, deal with the Klingons, and make sure that core breach never happens. I recommend you deal with this problem quickly. Neither of us will enjoy their solution.
Klingons probably cracked Rathman's code. Idiot.
I had forgotten that the characters do that. If they stand still long enough, they start like inspecting their weapons.
Bad news first. Seems there's more Klingons down there than we thought. You'll have to fight your way to main engineering. Good news? They'll be shooting at the mutineers down there. Might make your job a little easier, huh?
You gave your Klingon a
Of course. Just like I have a Cardassian captain wearing a Bajoran uniform.
I like a good dichotomy.
The Mark wants these cowards dead.
He didn't need that personal shield, right?
Nah, he didn't need to be alive either. Left, right, left, right.
This interior is suffering from the normal interior disease.
Oh Lord. It looks like our characters have been broken down fifth of the actual size they should.
Yeah, it's fucking cavernous.
Yeah. You know my issue with this is? Doctor Who hallway syndrome. Looks like we've been running down the same 20 feet of set this entire time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On your lead, we'll breach. You go high, I'll...
We all die.
Yes, we're bleaching. Breaching. Bleaching. Jesus Christ.
Hero chickens!
Not a bad engineering set.
Looks like the Klingons were in a hurry. That is some sloppy work. I was solving engineering problems like that when I was a first-year cadet. Rebalance the matter-antimatter inducers and adjust the flow rate to 0.5.
Hope you know what you're doing.
That should bring the core back from the brink quite nicely.
Breach.
Nicely done. Cut it a little close there with the core, but since we're all still here, I'm gonna call that a win. So, since we've got a little room to breathe here, why don't you come up to the bridge? There's a turbo lift nearby that I've relaxed the security locks on.
I'm starting to like her. You know, of course I'll have to curse sudden and inevitable betrayal, but all the same, whatever.
Curse here. Yeah. Really?
Face to face at last.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these assholes?
Language!
Wow!
Wow!
Cursing. Such a filthy habit.
Hey, you don't want to talk to me then.
You did well against the mutineers.
Look at the what the fuck? Look at his face.
While unpleasant, it is better than the fate we left behind. In our universe, Pavo is a cruel, deadly entity. Being sent to that system is a death sentence. And sent there we were. I suppose an enemy decided it was time for me to retire. Permanently. But enough about that. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Wow.
Yep. Okay, what the hell just happened?
We're not on the bridge.
On the bridge. Shit.
Gotta love new content on launch day.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try the cycle again.
Out and in?
Yeah.
Measure that. Beam it off.
Theoretically should put us on the bridge.
Unless it starts us all the way back at the beginning again.
Okay.
Right. Alright. Mr. Potato Head has lost his amusement value, so who else I want?
To paraphrase a different franchise. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, where is it? Okay. Somehow I ended up a bit too far off. There. That one.
All right. Well, we're back at the beginning, but we're at the right goal. So let's see what happens.
Yep. Apparently, this is the only spot on the map where you beam to.
You know, now that I have not seen any respawn
updates.
What you call respawn updates. Thank you. But at least that turbo lift worked.
Yeah. And that one does
not.
Flip.
Well, that's actually kind of disappointing. I was enjoying the comedy value. Let's gonna go check out the original turbo lift, see if we get an option there. What's your quest status say?
Speak with Captain Tilly.
Okay. Nope. Well, I said that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is what happens when you don't properly test shit. They probably single-player tested the mission. They didn't, and now it's getting all sorts of bouncy.
Oh yeah! Suddenly I'm rocketing back to where you got.
All right, let's get out of here before we get knocked off the server, which is likely going to happen anyway.
Yep, server not responding. There we go. 10 seconds already. What a mess.
They are having problems.
Yep. And I got kicked out of game.
Yeah, so did I.
And it's 10:30 at night. So.
Yeah, that might be a good place to say, you know, we had fun. We'll try to resume that at a later date. We've seen some of the new content. I'm sure there'll be. I think the server went down completely.
Yeah, it looks like.
Because it's not letting me back on.
Crashville.
Oh, it's slowly letting me back on.
Yeah, I'm able to get back in.
Hey, look. Here we are. Or at least it says you're coming online. No, it's all my crew. It separated us.
Yeah. You want to try and join up and go again, or?
I'm gonna see if it won't let me to the bridge alone. Nope. Alright. So we'll just let that mission reset itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happens when you don't properly test shit.
Yeah. Either that or, you know, could be a DDoS or anything else going on. You never know. But yeah. Good session, man.
Yeah, I did have fun. Let's see. I got some dilithium to throw into that Starbase project, but not very much. But hey, every little bit counts.
Indeed it does.
I think that is a good stage to sign off.
Agreed.
And we'll attempt that again. I'm sure they'll have a patch for it in the next couple days.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Alrighty, dude. Well, thank you for another fun gaming session. Hopefully I'll be a bit more audible on the recording this time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alrighty. We will,
Yeah, also, I'm kind of thankful because it put me closer towards finishing the Dyson stabilizing, the Dyson set. So, 9 lithium, and I'll have 2 out of 3. Not too bad.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Man.
Alright. Well, until next time, have a great night. And for anyone who passes through, have a great night. I can't wait to make sure the audio processed correctly. That is my biggest worry tonight, is the audio.
Well, hopefully it did. And, yeah, man, we'll do this again.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
You too. Later.
Yep.